I want to start by being completely real with you. Pull up a chair, or if you're driving, just take a deep breath with me for a second. If you are in your late 20s, 30s, or early 40s, I know how the silence of a house can feel. I know what it's like to scroll through your phone and feel like you're the only one left behind. It's a heavy pressure, isn't it? It feels like a race you didn't sign up for, but everyone is watching you run it. But I'm not here today to tell you to hurry up. I'm here because I care about your heart. I've seen too many people rush into a marriage just to escape the waiting room, only to find out they've entered a prison of their own making. Marriage is a beautiful sunnah, but it is a mirror. It doesn't hide your flaws. It shines a spotlight on them. So, let's talk. Not like a teacher and a student, but like brothers. Are you truly ready to let someone else into your world? Or are you just tired of being alone? The first thing I want you to ask yourself is this. Are you looking for a partner, or are you looking for a cure? I've been there. You think, if I just had someone to come home to, I wouldn't feel this void. But here's the hard truth. Marriage is an amplifier. If you are lonely while you're single, you will be lonely in your marriage. Only it will hurt 10 times more because the person who is supposed to understand you is sitting right across from you, and you still feel empty. Our beloved prophet, peace be upon him, was a man of character before he was a husband. He was whole. Don't ask a human being to do for you what only Allah can do. If your cup has a hole in the bottom, no spouse on earth can fill it fast enough to keep it full. You have to patch that hole yourself first. Sign number 2, and this one is for the perfectionists out there. How do you handle it when things don't go your way? In your 30s, you've built a life. You have your routines, your way of doing things, your standards. But marriage is the death of the word I and the birth of the word we. If you still feel a surge of anger when you're corrected, if you still feel like you have to have the last word to feel respected, you aren't ready to share a life. I've seen marriages crumble not over big things, but over the silent treatment after a small argument about the dishes. If your ego is still the captain of your ship, you will sink the person who tries to board it. Resilience isn't about winning, it's about yielding. Let's talk about the dream. We see the beautiful weddings, the matching outfits, the travel vlogs. It looks so easy, doesn't it? But marriage isn't a 30-second reel. It's 11 p.m. on a Tuesday when the kids are sick, the bank account is low, and you haven't had a romantic thought in 3 weeks. If you are in love with the idea of being a husband or a wife because of the status it gives you in the community, but you aren't ready for the service of it, wait. The prophet, peace be upon him, used to mend his own shoes. He served his family. He wasn't too big for the mundane. If you find the everyday boring parts of life beneath you, you will find marriage exhausting. Are you ready for the 90% of marriage that isn't glamorous? This one is tough to hear, but we have to say it. Emotional independence. If you are 35 years old and you are still making life choices based on what will make your parents happy rather than what is right for your future family, you are going to put your spouse in an impossible position. Marriage is the moment you leave one nest to build another. You must be able to protect your spouse, sometimes even from your own family's expectations. If you haven't learned how to say no with kindness and yes with conviction, you aren't ready to lead a household. You need to be the anchor of your own home, not an extension of someone else's. Finally, look at your checklist. We all have one. I want her to be this. I want him to be that. But I want you to turn that paper around and look at the back. What are you bringing to the table? If you want a spouse who is a cool breeze in your life, are you a raging storm? If you want someone who prays their fard and their sunnah, do you find your own prayer a burden? We often look for a perfect person to hide our own imperfections. But a marriage of two takers will always end in bankruptcy. You have to be a giver first. Spend this time, right now, becoming the person you are looking for. Don't rush the clock. Allah's timing is perfect, and sometimes, the reason you are still waiting is because He is protecting you and your future spouse from a version of you that isn't ready yet. I know it's hard. I know the nights are long, but I promise you, building your character is the best investment you will ever make. If this resonated with you, if you felt a pinch in your heart during any of these signs, don't be sad. Be grateful. It means your heart is still soft enough to grow. I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 signs was the hardest to hear? Let's talk about it in the comments. And if you love the Prophet, peace be upon him, and want to build a life that reflects his beauty, subscribe and stay with us. Keep working on your heart. Peace be upon you.